That's right, John Crichton, as you've never seen him, in a suit, in a tie.
CO2 up.
I wrote the 8th episode of our 3rd season, Green-Eyed Monster. Scary as hell because, you know, when you sit in front of a typewriter or sit in front of your computer keyboard, it all sort of makes sense. And when you get there on the day, like many things, you start to think, well, why the hell did I write that? The other thing about the writing of the script is when David Kemper approached me and said, do you want to write a script? I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't realize I was being suckered in and punished. Because, you know, writing a script for Farscape is a monumental task. You go through, you know, your first draft and rewrites, and then another rewrite, and then you put out your blues and your pinks and your yellows, and, you know, so I'm there with Tony Tilts, the director, and we're rewriting on the day, and then we got a scene coming up, we got to put out some pages on that so production knows what's going on. So it's an all-consuming task. It's pretty exciting, but more scary than anything else.
Mooring points are located?
Outside, I'm on it. Yes, sir. Dropping anchor.
Sydney is a multicultural city, and just about anybody can blend in here as long as you're not run down the street going, I am an American! Talk really loud, use the American voice, you draw a bit of attention, but...
Yo, Jonah, we have been swallowed. That is down, and I, for one, do not want to be booed on.
You will limit your remarks to something useful.
No,
all right?
Or what?
He's right. John is right.
The Internet is an amazing thing, and it has an influence as to whether shows continue and whether they don't, and getting the word out on the show. And it's a very important part of the sci-fi genre that the Internet community is heavily involved in. So if I want to find out how an interview turned out, I can get on the net and someone will have posted the transcript. In fact, almost nothing misses the fans of the show, and it gets posted and reposted.
Farscape, one, hold a moment.
Oh, never what?
Meteorology report some kind of electromagnetic wave.
Canaveral!
John, abort!
Canaveral!
Son, you have to abort. Abort now!
This is the first time I've held one of these, so I gotta inspect the goods. Hang on. John Crichton, Season 1, Episode 1. We have the we have the helmet. We have the ice cream suit is what we call it here. The khakis, the ice cream suit. Haven't seen that in a while. How do you imagine that there's ever going to be like an action figure which your name is attached to? So you're looking at there, you know, Barbie.
Hi.
It's a bit of a mind spin. I don't really know what to think of something like this. I guess it's cool. But what would you do? You know, the action figure. You know, next up, John Crichton, the inflatable doll. You know.
That star right there, the bright one, it's my point of reference, my guide. And it always becomes the center of my chart. I always name it Aaron.
John Crichton occasionally kisses strange alien women. No comment. There's probably nothing I can say that won't get me into trouble. I think that we have a good bunch of people. In the first place, a very talented group of actors, and there's an additional part of that is that in Australia you don't have the star system in place, so that if one misbehaves, you would get put in your place rather quickly. It's a very egalitarian society, and that's a good thing for us and a good thing for the show. You know, you cannot walk around an Australian set and be accepted and be part of the set if you're going to try to place yourself above everybody. I don't think you should anyway. The fact is that on any given day there's maybe 300 people working on this show, and a fair number of those people work as long and as hard as any of the cast, myself included. And it's important to remember that when you're doing something like this, that, you know, we're just one part of a very, very large organization trying to bring Farscape to the screen.